subscribe, and click the notification bell.
Welcome to another episode of our trio. And today on our trio, first, we talking about Kamala Harris. Second, we talking about It's Not Our Fight. And third, we talking about You Never Know. Our trio, let's go.
Do it, 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 do it.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology. Our Democratic Party, unfortunately, is not the party that is of, by, and for the people. It is a party that has been and continues to be influenced by the foreign policy establishment in Washington, represented by Hillary Clinton and others' foreign policy, by the military-industrial complex and other greedy corporate interests.
Senator Harris, any response?
Oh, sure. I think that it's unfortunate that we have someone on the stage who is attempting to be the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, who during the Obama administration spent 4 years full-time on Fox News criticizing President Obama.
That's
who
ridiculous,
has spent full-time criticizing people on this stage as affiliated with the Democratic Party. When Donald Trump was elected, not even sworn in, buddied up to Steve Bannon to get a meeting with Donald Trump in the Trump Tower, fails to call a war criminal by what he is as a war criminal, and then spends full time during the course of this campaign, again, criticizing the Democratic Party. What we need on the stage in November is someone who has the ability to win. And by that, we need someone on that stage who has the ability to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and someone who has the ability to rebuild the Obama coalition and bring the party and the nation together. I believe I am that candidate.
Thank you, Senator.
Yes.
Congresswoman Gabbard, I'll give you a chance to respond.
What Senator Harris is doing is unfortunately continuing to traffic in lies and smears and innuendos because she cannot challenge the substance of the argument that I'm making, the leadership and the change that I'm seeking to bring in our foreign policy, which only makes me guess that she will, as president, continue the status quo, continue the Bush-Clinton-Trump foreign policy of regime change wars, which is deeply destructive.
For those of you who don't know, Ms. Harris was selected by Joe Biden to be his vice president. A lot of people is excited because it's the first African-American vice president, or have a chance to be the first African-American vice president. I believe when she ran for president, she ran as an Asian American. But I'm not gonna get into that debate because I understand she mixed with a lot of different things, but she do have black in her as well. So I don't have no problem with her calling herself an African American or an Asian American or whatever she feel comfortable with identifying as. Now I see some people say, well, hey, don't be so hard on her, give her a chance. And that's kind of hard for me to do because of what she did to black men in her past. So we need to ask ourselves, what is it that she plan to do for black people if she want the black vote? That's what Joe Biden doing it for. Joe Biden got him a black running mate to get the black vote. If they was to win this election, what would they do for black people? Well, I'm going to tell you what they say they're going to do for black people. They say they're going to advance the economical mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gaps. Now that sounds good, but my next question I would ask them is how do they plan on carrying out that plan? Another thing they said they were going to do is expand access to high quality education and tackle the racial inequalities in our education system. Now, I think that would be a good thing. Because if you know the way I think, I feel as long as an African American keep their grades up in passing, they should automatically get a free ride to any college they want to go to in America. Because we never got our 40 acres in the mule, so if they want to go to college, I feel that should all be paid for off just being black. Better health care for black people is what they say they're going to do as well. Strengthen America's commitment to justice. I really don't know what all that's supposed to mean, but I'm guessing fix the system that already been messed up, protect the right for African Americans to vote. A lot of different things Joe Biden and Ms. Harris say they gonna do, but nothing really about that just really gets me going like, yes, I'm excited, I'm gonna go vote for you. I mean, all of it no different from the next president and whatever the other president gonna say. So I ask, are you voting this year? This is not our fight. Now, 2012 is election year. The black vote is very important because sometimes it comes down to us deciding who in the White House and who in the doghouse. But as black people, we usually never get what the politician promised. Once they get in office, they forget all about us. It's a bigger agenda in mind. It's the corporations who run America. The rich, wealthy people who get what they want out of presidents when they get in office. And us, at the bottom, we might get a little something. They might chunk us a little bones from what's left over. From after they do all the favors for these big corporations, they might give us a little something. But for the most part, as black people, we don't get anything out of presidents. So that's why I say it's not our fight. It seems like they don't care about black people any other time. But when it's time to vote, you see all these Democrats saying BS. I like hot sauce. Going to the black church to sing. Getting up clapping. Doing everything they can to get the black vote. The way I feel about it, not our fight.
Next.
Hey, bro. Let me ask you a question, man. Why you ain't change clothes, bro?
Let me ask you a question. Every time you see me, you gotta ask me a question like you 50 Cent asking people 21 questions.
But, bro, you gotta have some hygiene.
Let me ask you, did you take a bath last night?
Of course, and that's what I'm telling you, man. You gotta have some hygiene,
well,
man.
Congratulations, because I'm homeless and now I have the luxury to take a bath every night and wash clothes like that. So be grateful for what you got and stop always talking about people and stuff. That's what's wrong with people. They always talking about people instead of trying to help them and stuff. Just thank God that you able to take a bath and change your clothes every night. I might have them on the next day and the next day and the next day. That's between me and God. You worry about yourself. Any more questions?
You good,
Oh,
bro.
all right, that one I thought. Have a blessed day.
You never know what someone is going through. That's why this video is so important. Now, I don't know if this video is scripted or it was real. But either way, the message is real. A lot of people are so quick to judge, but they never take time to put themselves in them people's situations. It's easy to sit back and just talk noise about people, but you never know a year from now, you might be in their situation. So instead of us always talking down on people, let's try to understand people. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Click that notification bell to keep up with me when I post 3 different topics coming at you 3 times a week. If you want the latest Art Trio shirt, hit me up.